Hello, nerds. Brandon, do you want to say anything?
Sure. Hello, nerds.
Woo, that was a nice one. So hi, everybody. Today we are going to do a comparison of the people running for California 32nd District for Congress. And some of the people running, let's just call out who they are. Oh, by the way, thank you to Nell who rejoined as a member. Let's list the candidates. We have Jason Patel, Raji Robb, Aarika Rhodes, Brad Sherman, Lucy Velotsky, Shervin Azami, and Melissa Tuman. And I should give some special props to Shervin Azami and Melissa Tuman because last week we actually did like an hour-long show and interviewed both of them. And we actually invited Jason, Raji, Aarika, Brad, and Lucy as well. But only Shervin and Melissa showed up. So, and then I re-invited Jason, Raji, Aarika, Brad, and Lucy tonight, but no such luck. So, but we will still look at each of their campaigns. Oh, Brandon, if you want, you can highlight interesting comments like from Thomas, right?
Yep.
Brandon's working the chat tonight.
Yeah, I'll be the chat monitor.
You'll be, you keep these guys in line, all right?
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to look at each one and we'll check out their website and what they're saying on Twitter, because on June 7th, there's a big primary where people in the 32nd District of California are going to vote, and they're going to pick the top two out of all of these, and then they're going to run against each other. So so this next week is like decision week for a lot of people. So if you are in the 32nd District or you know someone who is, and you're not sure who you want to support yet, this is the show for you because we're going to go into each of them.
So it's like the playoffs.
It's like the playoffs, exactly, before the Super Bowl. Now, Brad Sherman, we probably should start with him because he is the incumbent. He's already in office. So let's go check out Brad's website. And maybe we'll just Google it, see if we can find his campaign website, Sherman. That's his official, there it is. Okay. BradSherman.com. So here he is, born, raised in Southern California. Senior member of a bunch of committees. And let's see what are his policy issues. So he has issues about Armenia, which is interesting. I did not know that was a big one. Maybe there's a significant Armenian population in the district, or he just cares deeply about that issue. Support for Israel. Sherman formally requested $500 million for missile defense programs for Israel. Iron Dome. So a lot of Israel stuff. Green New Deal. 100% rating from Sierra Club. Guns. 100% rating from Brady Campaign to Prevent Gun Violence. LGBTQ+. He's a member of the LGBTQ Equality Caucus. 100% rating there. Support for our veterans. Protecting animals. So that is Brad. And if we look at his Twitter content. What is he talking about? He got an endorsement in March from nurses and Equality California. So he looks like he's raking in some endorsements in March. Most of these happen in March. He's not super active on Twitter, actually. His last tweet was March 30th. Okay. So Brad's not super active on the Twitters, which is fine. Maybe he's more active on like press releases, like news. Let's see. Sherman to host telephone town hall with Ukrainian ambassador. Pitches Kobe, Gianna Bryant copter safety bill and money for emergency funding for colleges. When are these things being? April of 2022. And then the Kobe thing is April of 2022. And then the Ukraine thing is April of 2022. Okay.
I want your brother to go on the stream again.
Oh, Peter, the MAGA guy. Yeah. We'll ask him. We'll ask him.
It'll be very interesting.
It always is with that guy. All right. So that's Brad Sherman. So overall, what do you think of Brad? Anything come to mind? Do you like him?
He seems like seems pretty normal. I guess like he supports a lot of things that other people support, and I think he seems pretty chill. I think that how long has he been in his position? Like what position is he in?
You know, he's been in Congress now. Let's see. Brad Sherman, Ballotopedia. He has been in there. California. Let me share this one. Stop sharing. He has been in there Jan 2013. So he's been in there for about 10 years. So 5 terms. And he, oh, wait a minute, but he represented 27th district from 2003. Oh, God. And then 24th district since 1997. So he's been in Congress for near 30 years. That's a long time. Yeah. So I think that's, if you had to kind of rate Brad, you would say he seems to be voting very favorably on a lot of issues. If you know, in terms of like Green New Deal, like Sierra Club, that kind of thing. I kind of like that. I'm not as big of a fan of providing tons and tons more military funding to Israel, but you know, I'm guessing the district probably has folks who are supportive of that. I think the biggest thing about Brad is he's just been there a long time. And as a co-founder of thepeople.us, you know, I'm all about new blood, new people.
He's been there for so long that some people are starting to merge away from him. And like some of them don't support him anymore, probably.
Yeah, he's been there a long time. All right. So now let's take a look-see at the other people. Oh, God, look at this terrible green screen management on my part. What is this? Oh, because I was not sharing before. Hold on. We need a bigger green screen for these shows where both of us are on there.
I'm perfectly fine.
I know. I'm working on it. There, okay. There we go. All right. So that was Brad. We've talked about Brad. So now Who's next? Let's take a look. I think we got to talk about Shervin since he was on the show last week and he's fresh in my memory. Shervin Azami. Okay, let's go to Shervin's website. Shervin for the valley.com. All right. So Shervin has been on the Nerd Show, I think, like, I want to say twice, maybe even 3 times. So Shervin, okay, let's see. We'll do the about Shervin. Shervin is an immigrant, public health activist, husband, father, working class champion fighting for economic and racial justice. Born in Bologna, the son of 2 Iranian asylum seekers who fled religious persecution, immigrated.
Faced.
What?
Not fled. Faced.
Who faced persecution, sorry. Well, and fled it too. And then he moved to San Fernando Valley in 2nd grade, for his 2nd birthday, before his 2nd birthday. So he's basically born and raised. I mean, he's born in Italy, but raised in California. Raised by his early youth by his grandparents. Then what? Let's see. Joined student groups advocating for climate justice. Transferred to UCLA. Moved to the Bay Area on HIV prevention and within the LGBTQ plus. Later in DC as the city health department's HIV screening coordinator. Lead advocate on Capitol Hill. Prepared tribal leaders with testimony. Oh, interesting. National health policy, wrote public comments to EPA and USDA to address water access, pollution, and food security in tribal communities. Community health centers. He's got a lot of public health stuff. Masters of Public Health from George Washington. And a Masters of Public Administration from UNC. His wife is a citizen of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma and fellow public health advocate. And they have a deaf rescue dog, Vicky.
Doggy.
And they have a child together who was born on June 9th, 2021, just recently, his new dad. So that's a little bit about Shervin. Let's see on his policy issues. Okay. Housing for all, Green New Deal, Medicare for all, decriminalize immigration, criminal justice reform, UBI.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We like that. 21st century education system, a fully funded public education system that honors the essential role of our teachers. Let's see what else he says about education. Cancel student loan debt. Prepare universal free childcare and pre-K. Quadruple annual federal funding for public schools for low-income students. Federal pension. Commission of tribal leaders. Wow. Full entitlement-based funding for Bureau of Indian Education. Ban for-profit charter schools. Fully fund 1619 project. Full transparency of nonprofit charter schools. $200 billion in block grants. Bro definitely has policy specifics. Public health and Medicare for all. I would say that Shervin seems he's super progressive. He's got a lot of things he wants to do. Ooh, democracy reform.
What's that?
That's basically like making the system of government a little bit more fair and competitive. So like abolish the filibuster. So like you can get more stuff done, eliminate corrupt impact of money on politics, eradicate voter suppression, enact public financing and new systems of voting like ranked choice and star, abolish prison gerrymandering, restore the right to vote for all formerly incarcerated, strengthen civic engagement through proportional representation, and expansion of the political parties. Oh,
What's political parties?
um, there's like Republicans and Democrats. So it looks like he's saying, with so many Americans believing that our corrupt duopoly has failed us, we must empower democracy by developing a multi-party system. Oh, Shervin probably should have tried to get the Forward Party endorsement, since he's so pro ranked choice, open primaries, third parties, and kind of thing.
Andrew Yang was the he wants to go forward, right?
Yeah, he's the Forward Party. So he's got some endorsements, brand new Congress, Progressive Democrats of America. Yeah, he's got a decent number of endorsements. Oh, okay. Wow, they keep going.
What are all those
Logos?
on the right?
The people on the right are people that have endorsed him. All right. So Shervin's pretty good. I mean, I will say I've interviewed him, I think at least twice.
He looks promising.
He is very promising. He's definitely, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. And he's definitely super progressive. He's probably a little bit more left of me, because when I love his policy issues. I do wonder how we'll pay for it all, but I'm sure he probably want to tax the wealthy a little more, which I can't disagree with. But yeah, I think I like Shervin. I think we're going to shortlist Shervin, but let's put a pin on Shervin. If we had to rank Shervin and Brad, I would put Shervin over Brad.
Yeah, because it seems that not a lot of people like Brad.
Not a lot of people like Brad? Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, let us know in the chat if you agree. But so far we're thinking Shervin over Brad. Okay, who's next? We should talk about Aarika Rhodes, because Aarika has been on the Nerds for Humanity show like 3 times, maybe 4 even. I don't know. We did ask Aarika to come on to the show to have a discussion with Shervin, Melissa, and me, and all of the CA-32 candidates. Could not get her on last week, and then we invited her on to tonight's show.
Couldn't make it.
She did not. Yeah, she did not. We did not hear from her team. We did try to reach out though. But Aarika, if you get this, if you hear this and you're available anytime, I also had extended an offer to all the CA-32 candidates who couldn't make last week's show. I said any day, weekday at 8 p.m. I can also do it. But the Nerds for Humanity show is not exactly like CNN or MSNBC. So, oh yeah, Patrick Dunn. Yeah, there's different views on different folks. But let's take a look at Aarika's campaign, because Aarika is a very impressive candidate. We just would like to have more time to ask her questions. So Aarika has a great website. Really well done. A movement to empower our communities and care for our neighbors. She's a teacher. So we'll go to her about section. Teacher of the Year award from the LA Clippers. Done a lot of STEM teaching, which is very important. She's taught students from diverse backgrounds in public and private schools. She was a big advocate of Andrew Yang's. We know that for sure. Born in Las Vegas, Nevada. Father was born into one of the few black-owned cotton farms in rural Mississippi. Why are you making noise? Mother was born in New Jersey. Traveled back and forth because her father served in the army in Vietnam. Attended public schools, only student color in the classroom. Used it as motivation to be an honor roll student. Studied at California State University, Northridge, BA in liberal studies, and then master's in education in curriculum and instruction.
What does BA stand for?
Bachelor of Arts. So policies. Supporting the unhoused. Education reform. Universal preschool. Small businesses. Tax credits. Criminal justice. Training. Prison reform.
UBI.
Yeah, that's cool. Medicare for all. Climate change. Gun violence. So policy-wise, I would say fairly close to Shervin. I think Shervin and Aarika are very similar. I see. You want to watch? Should we watch a video? Let's see if we want to watch the video.
Neves is here. Or Neves is here.
Nell, what's up, my man? Nell's a new member. Can you thank Nell for becoming a member?
It's been some time since I've done this.
Woo! All right. So let's do this. Let's make sure we have audio, and we should share Aarika's video. Watch a little bit of it. Is there one at the bottom here? Climate change. Can you guys hear? I hope so.
I can hear it.
You can? Okay, that video is mainly
music,
animation. So I think there's a better Aarika video. Probably the first one, right? Where was that bad boy?
I think it was in
policies?
Yeah.
There we go.
My name is Aarika Rhodes, and I am running to represent California's 30th Congressional District in 2022. And we have a new vision for our community. Visit AarikaForCongress.com to join our movement and become a $10 recurring donor.
Well, I like that video. The audio was particularly good.
Very enthusiastic.
Very energetic. Yeah. I wonder if Brad, we should go back in fairness to see if old Brad Sherman has a video and Shervin. So let's see. Brad Sherman, just so we make sure everybody gets a little video action. If they are available.
Photos/video.
Okay, hold on. Boopy doopy, boopy doopy doo, boopy doopy. There we go. All right, Mr. Sherman, where's your video? Brad Sherman. Sherman for the Valley.
After being turned down 4 times to lower our mortgage, Congressman Sherman came through for us.
Brad Sherman actually led the fight to stop the $700 billion bailout of Wall Street.
He improved parks in the Sepulveda Basin.
My Social Security payments were held up for months until Congressman Brad Sherman cut the red tape. Anybody that fights to keep jobs here in the Valley's got our support.
I'm Brad Sherman. I approve this message.
All right. What did you think of the two videos? I think I preferred Aarika Rhodes' video.
I think she had
Right?
they were very similar.
They were similar. Really?
To me.
Okay. Okay. I thought Brad seemed more kind of traditional. Yes, now a little scripted. All right. In fairness, we'll see if Shervin has a video. Oh, good. There is a video. In fact, Shervin is on OTP. So we're going to go to the ofthepeople.us profile page.
OTP.
You down with OTP?
Yeah.
You know me. All right. Here is.
There are protesters trying to enter the U.S. Capitol. Protesters have now broken into
a stunning set of developments.
It's hard to believe what we're seeing right there. They're just walking through. We're Capitol Police.
On January 6, 2021, a violent mob of white supremacists stormed the Capitol as if it was theirs for the taking. The insurrectionists waved the flag of slavery and treason, erected gallows, debased the rallying cry of black activists, donned anti-Semitic clothing, and ridiculed the state-sanctioned murder of George Floyd, as they desecrated Congress and shamelessly claimed that they were the persecuted ones. They assaulted the most hallowed chamber of our democracy with the active participation of police, because our institutions are designed to protect them. We live in two Americas, one that envisions a proudly multiracial, progressive, and equitable democracy, and the other that maintains its grip on power through hate and propaganda. Healing requires accountability first. We need institutional reform that directly serves the working class. My name is Sherman Azami, and I am running for Congress to mobilize our communities here in the San Fernando Valley in our collective fight for economic justice and racial equity. I am running for Congress because our communities deserve universal housing for all, because we need climate justice and millions of union-backed living wage jobs through a Green New Deal, because we must rebuild our crumbling public health infrastructure and enact Medicare for all, and because justice requires a decriminalized immigration system and abolition of our criminal injustice system. We are building a progressive coalition to fight back.
All right. We can't watch the whole video because that wouldn't be fair to the other candidates. But Shervin has a pretty good video. I felt like Shervin's is a little bit more. I feel like he's maybe a little more soulful. I feel like he's like really trying. He really like is trying to institute kind of fundamental change. I think Aarika's is more energetic. Like it's a lot of like going on, pop, 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 pop. And Brad's is just kind of like could be any congressperson,
Yeah.
right?
Shervin, I think his video was very moving.
Yes, it was a little more. Yes, moving is a good way to put it. All right. Okay. We down with OTP. All right. So now, who's next? We talked about. So, if we had to rank them now, Brad, Aarika, Shervin, what would you do? What do you think?
I think two people tie for first. One person goes for second. And I think that the first two are Shervin and Aarika, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would probably score it Shervin, Aarika, Brad. I think both Shervin and Aarika policy-wise are similar. But they have very different styles. And we have to give credit to Shervin for being willing to come on the Nerd Show.
Yeah.
Right?
He must have had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. And he was willing to answer a lot of questions. So we appreciated that. Okay. Now, But there are others. There's also Jason Patel. So let's check out Jason Patel. Patel for Congress. And do 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 do. The music as we get ready to share tabs is great. All right, so we got Jason Patel, a vote for our future. Let's go to the about. We'll do about,
And then the video.
and then policies, and then the video. All right. So he's born and raised, voter rights, nonprofits. Ooh, a master's degree in economics from SAIS, the Johns Hopkins School of Advanced International Studies. Smart dude. So now we've got both Jason. So Jason's got a master's from SAIS. Shervin, I think, has 2 masters. One from UNC. And then I think Aarika has a master's in education. Highly educated group. And then Brad has a law degree from, Harvard. So this is quite a well-educated crew here. But let's look at Jason, back to Jason's his policies.
Wait, you went to Harvard too, right?
Yes, I did. Barely.
You left for startup, right?
Yeah, and then I had to come back. But I'm not running for Congress in the 32nd district, so we'll focus on these guys. So Jason, let's see. He was in AmeriCorps, working in East Harlem, then City Year. So he's definitely trying to save the world. Born and raised here, mixed family, Mexican Catholic on the mother's side, European Jewish on the father's. In between working for nonprofits and consulting firms, that's where he got his master's. Spanish speaker. Okay, where are your policies? Ooh, I really like Jason's background, but not super detailed on the policies.
Maybe he has like maybe if you go to OTP, it might show his things.
Is Jason on OTP though? Let me see. Patel. Control. Oh, I think only Shervin is listed on OTP from this district. Which is unfortunate. We wish more of them would be listed on OTP.
That would take a while though.
Well, they could just, if their team wanted to, they could create a profile page for them. It's free. All right, so we're going to watch Jason's video now because Jason, love his bio, but policy-wise, not super detailed. So we're going to have to give him a little bit of a ding on that one. But let's see what his video, maybe in the video he talks about his policy.
That's what a lot of them do.
All right.
Public service and community involvement are my foundation. My parents are retired LA Unified educators. My uncle taught me to help our community through service. So when I joined AmeriCorps, it was an honor to support elementary school students and to help rebuild our communities through City Year. When I opened my small business in the performing arts, we helped address sexual harassment and assault in our industry. I was born and raised here in California District 30. This is my home. Like many Mexican Catholics, I loved making tamales at Christmas with my abuela. Like many European Jews, I enjoy singing Hebrew prayers to meditate. I have seen the growth and experienced the changes. Now, more than ever, we face a humanitarian crisis that demands federal assistance. Shelters are full and parks are turning into camps daily. As a performing artist, I've witnessed how art is a universal language to communicate change. We need new leadership who will find creative solutions to solve our homelessness crisis. Every day gets harder for working families. The rent gets higher, healthcare covers less, and more of us are on the verge of losing everything.
Together, we need to fight for a
What's that, Brandon?
I want to talk right after you.
Okay, sure.
California that working families can afford. That's why I'm running for Congress. I pledge to work every day with the community. I hope I can earn your trust and support. I'm Jason Patel, and I approve this message.
I have something to
Jason
say.
Patel. What do you think?
I didn't see a lot of his policies and like what he supports and stuff. I saw a lot of his background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so his was more on his bio than his policies. He did talk about homelessness. That was a big one. Hey, by the way, can you all hear Brandon when he talks? Because we have his mic muted because it gives an echo, but I don't know if you can hear him. So let us know in the chat if you can hear Brandon. If you can't, we can ask him to unmute when he's talking. Oh, very clear. Want to see more? Says very clear. Excellent. Thank you for speaking so clearly, my son. Okay, so Jason Patel, if I had to summarize, great bio. I think he has a good track record of doing community service with the AmeriCorps stuff. Or Aurora Borealis says that his voice is a bit low, but you can hear him. So I think we can live with that. But maybe raise your voice a little more next time. And then actually, you don't even need the headset because you have the volume completely off. And we're not using your mic unless you want to use your mic.
Okay.
So Jason Patel, I would rank him. I would probably go for Shervin, Aarika, Jason, and then Brad. What's your ranking?
I think that a lot very similar to yours. I'm gonna go with Shervin, Aarika, Patel, and then Brad.
Poor Brad. Brad's
getting hated on.
He's getting hated on, man. All right, let's see. Who else do we have here? We also have Raji Rob. Let's check out Raji Rob. All right. Raji Rob. Okay, here is share. Okay, Nell says we should check their latest videos on their Twitter accounts. Okay, we can do that soon. We're gonna check out Raji Rob. Ooh, Raji Rob has blocked Nerds for Humanity. I think when I invited Raji Rob to our discussions, I didn't say anything negative, but I think he felt like he was being, maybe he didn't realize that, hey, like we're a legit, quasi-legit podcast. No, we don't mind that Raji Rob blocked us.
Can you just like sign into a different account and see?
We could, but we go to his website, Raji Rob.
Certainly he hasn't blocked us on there, right?
No, he can't block. That would be funny if he's like, oh no, he's blocked you on his website too. You don't have to struggle. I'll fight for your rights, for your better future. We'll start with about Raji. Oh, this menu. Okay, I guess it's here. When I go to about, and issues, nothing happens on the website. This website, it may not work on Chrome that well. Okay, let's just read it. Age of 18, I got my commercial pilot license, owned a flight school, an airline, and operated a computer infra facility. Served a lifetime finding happiness and helping people. Entered the arena for office of Congress to devote my life to fighting for people. I'm not a typical politician. Over the years, I earned respect. Upon elected, I will bring immediate relief to fighting poverty and unemployment. Prosperous, peaceful for all. Unlike no special interests. I will attend all issues expeditiously. I've dedicated my life. Okay.
I think you just skim it.
There's a lot of stuff going on here. Let's go to his video.
Oh, he does have video.
He does have a video.
This message supports Raji Rob for Congress. Raji Rob is an aviator, an educator, and a humanitarian wanting the best for all. If you're struggling to support your family, want a better life, want advancement, and care about putting America first, vote for Raji Rob. If you reject discrimination, support laws, decency, family values, public safety, Me Too, and Time's Up movement, vote for Raji Rob. If you face burdensome regulations, unemployment, heavy student debt, unconstitutional harsh penalties, and want justice, vote for Raji Rob. There is no relief, no advancement, and no accountability. Surely it's time for a new leadership. Please vote Raji Rob for Congress.
All right. Raji Rob. So what do we think of Raji Rob?
Why were you laughing in the beginning?
Because the sound came on so strong. It was like, Raji Rob for Congress. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It was very, the narrator was very intense. I'm going to have to say not super blown away by Raji Rob. And I'm not going to fault him entirely for blocking me on Twitter, because I have feeling he doesn't know who we are. And he doesn't realize that we're just nerds trying to have a conversation.
We do have 5 views during this live stream.
We do have 5. No, we have more than 5 views. We currently have 5 concurrent viewers.
We had 8. Max.
We did have 8 and we lost 3. but Nell is still with us. So we appreciate everybody hanging in there. All right. Okay. So Raji Rob, I'm going to have to say I'm not even sure if I would put him ahead of Brad. I'm not sure. We'll just have our top 5. We've got Shervin, Aarika, what's his name? POTUS? What the heck is his name? Patel. What's it?
Puddle.
Not Puddle, dude. What the hell is his name?
I didn't say puddle.
Oh, rats. Jason Patel. So we have Shervin, Aarika, Jason are our top 3. And then we'll say Brad and Raji not in the top 3.
Let's just try to not be entirely negative to them.
Yeah. So Raji, we thought I like the fact that he's lived a long life and has done a lot of things and ran a lot of businesses. And I feel like his heart's in the right place. But just like the website and the video and the blocking of us didn't feel like super engaging and professional.
No policies, I guess.
Not a lot. That's a good point. Not a lot of policy detail as well. Good point. Okay. Who's next? Let's look at Lucy Velotsky. Okay. Yay. Lucy did not block us.
What, did you have her on your show?
We invited her on the show, but she did not. We did not hear from them. The only people we heard from were Melissa Tooman and Shervin Azami. And we've tried with all of them multiple times. Okay. Lucy Velotsky. Vote for Lucy.com. Oh, she got a lot of videos. Ah, she's a Republican. Interesting. I want to restore the American dream. Our government has failed us. We must take it back. Illegal immigration brings crime, drugs, and human trafficking. We need to close the border. We have the highest inflation by printing too much money. Homelessness encourages tents on our sidewalks. We need more shelters and rehab groups. Public safety has been hurt by defunding the police. Okay, she's small businesses imbalance with China.
No UBI?
No, not yet. No transgender should participate in our women's sport. Second bio. What is this? Given the current environment with misguided justice policies, which have released thousands into our neighborhoods who are violent, ill, chronic offenders, the right and responsibility for my safety, my family, and yes, your family depends on our commitment to protecting our Second Amendment rights. Okie dokie. I'm going to say Lucy's definitely a Republican. Not my cup of tea. So I'm going to have to put her after Raji. She's going to have to be below Raji.
I'm not very
There's not a lot of positivity and love on this website.
I'm not very excited about the women's sport rules.
Yeah, I mean it's just like not our cup of tea, but I'm sure a lot of people who are great, well-intentioned people support Lucy. So we're not going to speak ill of them. It just wouldn't rank them high. Doesn't align with my particular policy beliefs. Let's see.
She has
Ben Velotsky. Oh, I wonder if Ben is related to Lucy. Oh shoot, I'm not sharing the right thing. Poopy stinky. I'm very amateur. This is why we have 6 viewers right now.
We had 4.
Nell said that it was Raji's website that caused all the people to drop off. All right, so here's Lucy. This was her thing, her policy stuff. Why is that so slow? Okay, like a delay. Our parental rights are under attack. She's very. This is definitely like a defensive crouch kind of vibe, like right. So let's see which of these videos should we watch. Maybe Pastor Jerry Cook.
I believe that Lucy Velotsky, along with the red wave that will sweep across this nation next November, will help restore some of the luster that has kind of been tarnished in this golden state. It is without reservation that as a pastor, as a citizen, that I wholeheartedly support the candidacy of Lucy Velotsky for Congress for District 30. And we hope that your vote...
That dude was not happy.
Folks, I'm here to say that I love Lucy. And I hope you love her too.
All right. As some people know, I used to be a Republican. I voted for George H.W. Bush. I voted for who else? Kemp when he ran. Bob Dole.
When did you change to Democrat and why?
Wow, good question. I changed in 2007 when I saw an interview with this senator from Illinois on Meet the Press. And he was a junior senator very early in his career by the name of Barack Obama.
Did you high five him?
I did high five Barack Obama. That is truth, and I have photo evidence.
The magical essence.
Because I was supporting Obama when it was not cool to support Obama. And he only could get 100 people into a room to go listen to him talk. Now he could get a lot more than that. All right, so I think we're going to have to say Lucy is below Raji, right?
Not only, not because she's Republican, it's just like some details. Yeah, some of her policies.
Well, yeah, I think her policies just don't align. Like the policies are very they're not very they don't feel very inclusive, you know? And yeah, that's just our personal opinion. Okay, so let's see who else is there. Then there is Melissa Tooman. Melissa Tooman, kudos to Melissa, did agree to come on our show last week, and she was here with me and Shervin. So I got to know Melissa a little bit. She did not block me. So that's always a plus when the candidate does not block you on Twitter. Here's the thing. I don't think Melissa Tooman has a website.
Can't you just search it up?
All right. Melissa Tooman. Oh, Tooman for Congress. You are right. We will use the power of Google. The search. Yes. All right. Actually, I like her website. Let's go to the about. Where is... No about section. Okay, maybe it's basically it's this first section. So she's a candidate. So I'm guessing, given it's a Hebrew name, so I'm guessing she may be of Jewish origins, and she's an investigative journalist. Tooman means integrity. Okay. Not a whole lot about her background, but her policies, she does have an issue section. Bring back industry jobs. First Amendment is a key to ending runaway production and reinvigorating LA as the entertainment capital. We must protect the First Amendment freedom to speak. Runaway production is a real problem. Okay. And then you've got homelessness, end cronyism and corruption, employ a multi-pronged approach to solving homeless crisis. Homeless veterans, power of the purse, housing first policy is just a scam where developers receive taxpayer funds. I propose leasing empty office buildings to create halfway houses for former prisoners. Okay. And then here's another one. I stand with Israel. Any territory formerly under Islamic rule is considered occupied. Israel has a right and duty to defend itself. Okay. I would probably put Melissa ahead of Lucy. Oh, do we have a video? We need to watch a video from...
Lucy is last.
Oh, we don't have a video. We did, yeah, but we do have a video because she was on our show. So we could be a little meta here and go to nerdsforhumanity.com.
Self-commercial.
And we will self-promote. So let me see. When did she come on?
Transit, as opposed to investing in more
enthusiasm.
And you're
Yeah, Shervin's very enthusiastic.
I have my primary terrorism point of focus is the Muslim Brotherhood and their propaganda tactics, particularly in the U.S. and Europe, with some expertise in Sri Lanka and a lot on Europe, a lot of what's going on there, more Western Europe than Eastern Europe at this time. That's a little bit. I'd like to make a little comment about Sherman's position on single payer.
Go for it. Sure.
So I used to be a big fan of what you're saying, but it became clear to me that single payer, the government, there's no accountability in that system. And competition is the key to accountability and making sure that there's not abuse. When you have just one authority, that to me is a recipe for abuse.
All right. So clearly Melissa and Lucy are Republicans.
12 people. Oh, no.
Oh, we're up to 11 people. We got double digits, bro.
We dropped one
when I stopped playing the video. So how would I describe Melissa? I think she's definitely a Republican in terms of her policies, but she brings a unique perspective, and she seems more hopeful than Lucy. Lucy's very much like, they're trying to come after us, all this kind of thing. So, oh, we're at 14 people. Hey, by the way, if you're watching this, can you like and share? Help a nerd out.
And give us some money, please.
Really smooth, Brandon. Really smooth. All right. Hey, speaking of giving us money, we should thank the people who make this channel possible, because after that, we're going to announce, I think we're going to announce who Nerds for Humanity is officially endorsing after reviewing all of these folks, because I think we went through them all, right?
Are you sharing?
No, I'm not trying to share. I'm just referring to my tweet here to make sure I got everybody. We talked about Jason Patel, Raji Robb, Aarika Rhodes, Brad Sherman, Lucy Velotsky, Shervin Azami, and Melissa Tuman. So we've done them all. So we are going to now discuss, and then each of us can endorse a candidate for CA-32. Hopefully mine will carry a little more weight than yours, but they might be curious about Brandon's
opinion
endorsement. But before we do that, we gotta Oh, Nell! What? All right. So because Brandon is helping me out, I'm going to give him the net super chat money after YouTube takes their cut from us.
We'll take the scraps.
We'll take some scraps, so you can have it all. So it won't go to me now. It's going to go to this guy. What are you going to spend this money on? Probably like a Call of Duty skin.
I haven't done that in a long time.
But you know Nell plays Call of Duty.
Okay.
He does.
I remember having a free-for-all.
With Nell. Yeah, he was with us. Remember?
He did not win.
How was he?
Pretty good.
Yeah, he just gave you $10.
Yeah, good. Very good.
All right. Let's thank our members. Oh, that's funny. Here we go. Okay. Our biggest supporter is Soldier One, Senior Vice President level. If you're on YouTube and you want to support this content, click the join button. It'll go towards our streaming fees like Adobe, Premiere, Media Encoder, Libsyn, podcast storage fees, all that kind of thing.
Wait, so he's been here for 2 years?
Yeah, man. Soldier One's been around for a long time, bro.
Do you think that he forgot that he was on and is unaware?
No, because I know he upgraded 13 months ago to the senior VP level. He was previously a hardcore.
That's
Now,
a year ago.
that's true. Like, okay, so it's possible, but I give Soldier One a shout out at the beginning of every like member appreciation segment. But I mean, maybe he forgot about us. But so Soldier One, hopefully you haven't forgot about us. At our VP level, Kristen Slevin, Bike, and Stephen Jones.
Kristen Slevin's been here for a long time.
Yeah, darn near 3 years. She's one of our earliest supporters. Then we have the hardcore level. Gene, David,
28.
DK, Jekalego, Kirsch, Mr. History, Byron, Mona, Susan, Vaughn, Yang, Tony, Robert, Dean, Stat, Galessa, Jay Perrin, AH, Jay Bryan, Dana, Jason, Parth, and Daniel. And by the way, Daniel not only is a member, but he was able to get StreamYard, who we're using to stream now. We've always been using StreamYard for a long time, but they are a sponsor of the channel, so we don't have to pay for the StreamYard streaming fees.
Gene Lim and David are
old school.
Very, very old.
You can tell who the old school people are if you look at their little icon, their member icon. They have a lot of big brain cells, and then the younger members have a little bit less brain
That's
cell.
actually really cool. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's a little Easter egg for you.
But that's like mean.
Yeah, I mean, they're all nerds. They're all pretty smart. Okay, then you've got Lisa, Albert, Brandon, Peter, Arez, your mom, and what? Aurora Borealis, give him a bell. All right. Your mom and Sophia, Mike, Jedwiga, Doris, Emerald, Ben, Rasta, James, Emma, Hui, Elizabeth, Ira, Shoni, Jameson, Dr. William, Karen, Monica, Arden, Semery, Mai, David, Brittany, Alexandra, Wanna. Hey, isn't Wanna Seymour in the freaking chat? I think so.
Yeah.
Lucky Monster, Kevin. Nell is back. He rejoined 0 days ago, and they gave him his brain cells. He didn't have to start with the 0 brain cell.
Because he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like
he just hooked you up with a super chat.
28 months. Okay, so they're very tied.
Now let's see who are our oldest overall, our longest supporters, and then our
I think
youngest.
28 is the most. Yeah.
Lisa, Jean, Kristen, Albert, and Brandon are our oldest members.
And these
Peter and Arez
all
too.
28.
Yes, all 28. And David and your mom and Sophia. And then our youngest nerds are Daniel, Steven, and Nell. And Kevin and Lucky.
Like 11 months.
Yeah, I think he's considered young because he rejoined. That's probably how that works. All right. So now let us discuss who do we want to endorse.
You start.
Okay.
Is this just like ranking?
We're going to rank, but we're going to describe why. So I'm going to have to go with Shervin. And I've had a couple of opportunities to talk with him. It's not an unconditional endorsement. Like, all of these candidates have pros and cons to them. But when you watch, even if you watch last week's interview with Shervin, he's very enthusiastic, and he has his details down. Like he knows public policy. So I respect that. And he's been very accessible. Like the fact that he's willing to answer questions at length, and he's one of the top candidates in CA-32 in terms of money raised. So I would say Shervin would be my number one endorsement. Now, I will say runner-up would be Aarika. Even though Aarika has been difficult to get on the channel, she previously had been on the channel when Yang was running. And I also think she's very enthusiastic and wants to do good for the world. And then maybe, yeah, those would be the top two. And then, yeah, I think the rest, like Patel and Sherman, are fine. Just don't really float my boat in the same way. And Lucy and yeah, not loving Lucy. Raji, Rob, I also think he's fine, but not feeling it. And then Melissa, totally respect, and I think she has deep convictions, but just I'm gonna have to go with Shervin. What about you?
I agree with a lot of the last place people. But I agree. Shervin. I think she should be first. I definitely agree with you that he seems very professional.
Yeah.
And he's pretty high up on that totem pole.
So Nell was saying that we should see the latest videos on Twitter. So why don't we look at the latest videos for, if there are any, from Shervin and Aarika? Because we basically have it down to Shervin and Aarika, right? Good night, Nell. Thanks for hanging out late. I know it's late on the East Coast.
I'll always be ready to 1v1 you again.
Or free for all. Okay. So let's see if we can find a more recent video from Aarika and Shervin, since they are our two. Yes, I will once I find their thing. Aarika for CA-32. Go here, share screen.
Elevator music.
So this is a pinned video, and it's 1 minute long. Let's watch it. You ready? Okay.
When you don't see someone stepping up to lead, you do something about it.
Hello, I'm Brad Sherman from California's best named city. Best named city. Best named city. Sherman Oaks.
We can no longer have complacent leadership. Congressman Brad Sherman has been there for 20 plus years. How has he made your life better? I'm not going to be content and complacent because that's what we already have. When you no longer can relate to your community, you shouldn't be representing it anymore. If we want meaningful change, it takes regular people that go through the day-to-day struggle representing. No corporate PAC money, no big bank money, no pawn shops. Are you willing to throw your hair up and clean up our streets? Are you willing to pull over because you see a long line of moms wanting to diaper their babies in the middle of a pandemic and then turn around the next 72 hours to go collect thousands of diapers? All the things I just listed, I have done. Our campaign is just different than the incumbent because we want to change more.
Nice video. I think that was well done. Now let's see if old Shervin has a video that we haven't seen, and then we will rediscuss, and then maybe.
What about Brad?
Okay, we'll look for a Brad video as well. But Brad was not our number 3. Wasn't Jason Patel number 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see. I don't know if Sherman has a lot of other videos that we haven't seen. What we can do, since we just saw a Aarika video, we could do another meta thing where we show Shervin. Okay, hold on. Share screen. Boom. Boom. And then we'll go to the beginning.
Here.
Yeah, this is an interesting without Brad. Let's
multiple discussions in people's driveways and their living rooms over Zoom. We've really tried to find as many opportunities as possible to engage voters. And one of the additional ways that we've really hoped would happen before the primary was a forum or debate between all of the candidates for us to all make the case for why we're challenging Brad Sherman, what our vision is, what we bring to the table, what we're fighting for.
Yeah.
Our campaign has made it clear from the very beginning that we think that it's in the best interest of our voters to be able to make informed decisions by hearing directly from their candidates about who they are and what they're fighting for. I would hope, to your point, that every candidate, especially those that have been very clearly attacking Brad for his absence, would take advantage of opportunities to make their case. I've tried locally on many different occasions, including just like you going on social media and tagging the other candidates saying, can we please have a debate? And it's been radio silence. Unfortunately, up until this point, there's only been one debate that was held in our district. It was held by the San Fernando Valley and Santa Monica Mountains chapters of the Progressive Democrats of America. It was a debate they held between Aarika, Rhodes, and myself. No other candidates were part of that, but they used that debate to make a decision about which one of us to endorse. I'm happy to say we earned the endorsement, but that was really it. That was the only time that voters were able to hear from more than one candidate at once.
All right. So that's basically Shervin talking about how he's a big fan of accessibility of the candidates. Do anything gotcha, but I will give you
seekers who fled religious persecution in Iran and settled here in the Valley to build a better life. And I always say I learned the power of responsibility from my mother and the power of service from my father. My mom working in retail 7 days a week when I was growing up, trying to make ends meet for the family, while my father went back to school to become a primary care physician. And, I've always fought for social justice through the lens of public health. Most recently, as I said, as legislative director on Capitol Hill, working on Indigenous healthcare issues. And again,
all right. So if you're interested, you can go to the Nerds channel and see last week's episode with Shervin for the full discussion. I think we should wrap with, did you endorse, now that you've seen the latest Aarika and a little bit more Shervin, do you want to change your order, or are you sticking with it?
Shervin, Aarika, Jason, Patel, and then same thing as you for the last people.
Yeah, I agree. I think I like them all, but I like Shervin the most, with Aarika as a close second. And hopefully everybody out here who's watching this live, can you like and share? And if you're watching this on replay and you want to learn more about these candidates, go check out their websites. Check out the interviews for those who came on the Nerd Show. So you could see a couple interviews with Shervin and Melissa. And if you are a volunteer for any of the other campaigns and you're like, hey, my candidate should get more airtime on the Nerd Show, my invitation remains open until June 7th. I'm happy to carve out like 8 p.m. Pacific time. You can just email me, tom@nerdsforhumanity.com, and we will schedule a conversation with your candidate, or you, if you're the candidate watching this, and we'll talk about why you're running, what policy issues are important to you, what your view is on some current events, and why people should support you. So with that, we're going to say goodbye, nerds.
And remember to donate.
Thanks, Nell, for the super chat. And you had another super chat. Who was the other super chat from? From Aurora Borealis. Yes. So thank you for those super chats. We'll see you later. Bye, nerds.
Goodbye, nerds.